Well, good morning everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I think today's the day. I think we're going to try and plant some corn today. So I've got to throw some fuel in this tractor, get it hooked up to the field cultivator, and get some ground worked. Dad is going to pick up some parts for another tractor that we tore up, and when he gets back, we can maybe start filling the planter and see if that thing's going to work. We put a whole bunch of work into it. As you saw, we put that new liquid system on it. We tested everything out. Everything seems to be working. I'm really anxious to get it in the ground and see if it's actually going to work in the field. So let's get going here, get some fuel in here, and I got to move these seed boxes out of the way because the field cultivator is over there and I got to come through here. So they're in the way conveniently. Anyways, let's get going. Got all those boxes moved, tractor's filled up with fuel. All those boxes were actually empty because we've been planting beans all week. So we haven't planted any corn yet because the weather has just been too cold to plant corn. We had 2 nights in the 20s last night, and the night before got down to like 28. So it's just too cold to plant corn. But beans can handle the cold a little bit better. They got a little bit better seed treatment on them. So we've been planting beans all week. We actually don't have a whole lot of beans left to plant. So it's go time anyway. We're going to try and plant some corn today. Everybody around us seems to be getting some corn in the ground the past couple days. So we're going to try and get a little bit in. We're not going to go crazy just because the forecast doesn't look super warm even out through next week. So we just want to make sure that planter's going to work basically. Okay, so we don't use the jack stand on this. We just use the hydraulic. So I got to hook up the lift hoses and pick it up a little bit to get it to go in the drawbar. So let's get those hooked up. Come on. Little more. There we go. Let's see. I need the bigger pin. Should be in here. Put that one in here for now. And get my other 2 hoses hooked up. And the lights. See if I got my fold cylinders right. They're not doing anything. I wonder if they popped out. Yep. Hose popped out. Goes. I'm gonna unfold this thing real quick and check tires and grease it. I always like to unfold it a little bit and then fold it back in because you never know if the oil leaked out of the cylinder. We had a disc one time that it just flopped open and kind of scared me a little bit. Oh, kind of like that. That's not what I wanted to happen. Anyways, that's what I was trying to prevent, but I guess I didn't. Yeah, okay. You need to calm down, right wing. Okay, why are you doing that to me? That's right, that happened last year and it broke a bunch of stuff on the fuel cultivator. Did my hose pop out now? Okay, so that scared me a little bit. Last year, when Dad was unfolding this for the first time, that exact thing happened, but I think it fell all the way to the ground and it busted a piece over here. I'll show you. Let's see. It broke something on this bracket here where it hinges, and then we tried to use a cylinder to bend it back, and then it broke the cylinder. So we had to get this all reinforced, had to get that cylinder rebuilt, and it was a big ordeal. So I try to not let that happen, but I don't know, this thing must seep out somehow over the winter when it sits, but we're just gonna have to be careful with it, I guess. It should be good now that I got it unfolded once. And here's the bird's nest. Sorry, Robin. All right, let's check some tires and get some grease in this thing. One on here. Nope. Well, I got good news and bad news. Good news is everything's greased, tires are checked, that's all good. But the bad news is I found this, the bolt broke, so I gotta fix that. And we also got a bearing out on one of the rolling baskets. So thankfully Dad was already in town. He was gonna try to pick up a bearing. Should be an easy swap once we get that. I couldn't find a bolt long enough, so I think what I'm gonna try and do is use this piece of threaded rod, because that's the only thing I've got that's long enough. I'll just shove it through. I know it's probably not strong enough, this is just grade 5, but it might get us by for a little while till we can get new bolts. These are also not right. We need to have a plate made. This isn't very strong, so let's get that back together. This end, figure out how long I need it to be so I can cut it off. Or do I just leave it long? No, probably not, because then when it breaks off, then I'm going to have a big long piece of threaded rod go right through that tire. So cut it off about right there. Well, I got that bolt fixed. I'm going to head over to Dad's. Hopefully he can get a bearing for that rolling basket. And when he gets back, should be able to swap that out. Get some ground worked. Get some corn in the ground. Got that fixed. It was pretty easy. I'll give you a quick shop update while I'm right here. We got final grade on here. The concrete guys came out and they put our slopes and everything in. This is our floor drain. It's a trough drain, goes out the back. It's not hooked up yet. We just got it out the wall, and then we gotta put an oil separator in, and we gotta hook it into a field tile after that. Got stuff in over there for a bathroom. Eventually we're gonna put an office with a bathroom over there, so that'll be nice. So it's flat from here over to the wall in case we want to work on stuff there or put pallet racks or whatever. And then it's sloped from here and here into the drain, so water will drain. So it's coming along. Could possibly get concrete tomorrow. Not sure yet. tillage anymore. We're pretty much strip till, no till. We got about 300 acres that we chiseled last year. Some lighter ground that's corn on corn, so it was corn last year, chiseled it, put it back to corn this year. And then we got one other farm. We got one other farm that's going to beans that was tiled last spring, so we chiseled it because those tile, where the tile runs are, it's really rough, so we got to work that. I don't mind doing a little bit of tillage. It's kind of enjoyable. I just feel like strip till and no till is a better system for us. It's a lot less labor, a lot less fuel, and it seems to work better for us. So that being said, I do enjoy tillage once in a while. It's kind of a fun job. This thing's 45 feet wide, so you can cover a lot of ground in a hurry. Well, we got that field worked. I had to go over to Grandpa's and move some seed around on the seed tender. We got the planter filled up. We got a couple more checks we want to try before we get started. We haven't run any liquid through our front tank. We got some water in there. We're going to run it through, make sure we don't have anything plugged up, make sure our pump's still going to run. And after that, we should be ready to put some fertilizer in, try this puppy out. What's what for the pumps? Which one's which?
That one should be the Vax.
Well, that took a little bit of time. Had some issues with the setup of the monitor and all that. We're not used to running that John Deere rate controller, so we basically had to fool it into thinking this is not a planter, and thinking it's a liquid applicator. If you set it on planter, it will think it's controlling the planter, not the liquid product. So had to do some finagling there, got that running. Got our pump going. Looks like we got one plugged up right here. Let's see what that side looks like. These ones are working. That one's a little weak. Check that one out. Took a little bit of a early shower, but got them going. I think we're ready. Oh, now this one's plugged up. We're gonna fight this for at least a day. It's always fun getting started. Well, now we got everything running. The Bandits and the 2x2. We got a lot of product coming out. Just checking our flow on everything, making sure it's all gonna work. All right, everything seems to be working. We got everything flushed out. Put some fertilizer in the front tank. This one is our starter fertilizer. That will go through the seed firmers. And then we're gonna put some 32% in that tank, and that'll go through the Bandits. I'm pretty excited, you guys. Being able to run 2 liquid products on the planter has kind of been a dream of mine and Dad's for a long time. Finally making it happen. I hope it all works. He's unfolding here. We're gonna put some nitrogen in the tank on the planter and see if this thing works. We're gonna plant 4 rows of sweet corn along the lane here because, you know, the raccoons gotta eat too. Once that runs out, we'll top those 4 off with regular seed, and we got 20 acres here worked, so he'll plant that. Got another field over there. I'm gonna work that ground while he's planting, assuming everything goes well. And yeah, see what we got here. Moment of truth, see if we got any leaks. We're filling her up. Alright, so this is always very stressful. We just made one pass and it wasn't planting, nothing was working. So we're going to try it again. We had some settings wrong on our monitor. I don't know. We'll try it again. going on. Figured out part of our issue. We gotta move these sprockets. They don't line up with the drives. Alright, so we have an actual mechanical issue with the planter. I did not realize that, so I'm gonna head back up to the shop. We're gonna work on this thing. So I'll show you what's going on with the planter. We put these different meters on, and these sprockets are too far back, so the drive on the meter is up here, so it wasn't turning them. So I guess what we got to do is move them from these holes to these holes, which will slide it forward, and then we're going to have to put shorter chains on, most likely, because we'll run out of adjustment there. So that's just one of those things. I didn't realize we had to do that. Well, we're not having very good luck. We got the planter to plant corn, but we're having trouble with the liquid system. I think we might have burned up our brand new pump already. It's not pumping anything. That one out. The other system, the starter system that we already had that's been on here for years is also not working. We want to run 5 gallons to the acre, but it's putting out 9 gallons to the acre, so I don't know what that is. Gotta have a setting wrong, a speed setting or a meter setting or something. We just can't figure out what it is. Anyways, I'm gonna go to the shop, see if we can figure out what's going on with this pump. It's looking like we're not gonna get much corn planted today. I guess we got 200 feet planted, so I guess you could say we started. So you guys want to see what the problem is? That's all supposed to be one piece, so brand new pump, and we exploded it. Well, since that pump decided to leave the chat, I'm going to go do something else. I started an excavator project. My Uncle Kenny had me pushing some trees back on the edge of one of his farms. He had a bunch of trees that fell down. And I've been kind of putting that off. And I'm sure he's going to want to plant his beans pretty soon. So I need to get that taken care of. Got a little bit of time here. I think I'm going to finish up the day doing that. It should take me about another hour or so. So let's go down there and do that. I got a little bit of work I got to do to the excavator first. I've been having some issues with it. Once I get out there, I'll show you what's going on. Well, here it is. As you can see, it's missing some body panels here. I had to replace the fuel tank shortly after I bought it. The old one rotted out. I was not able to get a new replacement fuel tank. I could just get a new used tank for $1,400. Well, come to find out, this transfer tank from Farm and Fleet for like $250 is almost the exact dimensions. It fit in there perfectly, but it's just a little bit shorter. So this one's only 50 gallons. The original was 60. So it works, but I haven't put the tin work back on because it comes up to here and I wouldn't be able to fill it. So I'm going to have to rig up a piece of pipe and hope that the fill is in the right spot. So I just got it off for now. Not a big deal. So the issue I've been having is this thing will run for an hour and then it will run itself out of fuel. It'll start starving for fuel and basically die. So I've been chasing fuel issues basically ever since I got it. Got quite a bit of work done with it. Just got a little bit left to do here. I've been doing this job an hour at a time. I run it for an hour, it dies, let it sit overnight, then it's good for another hour. So I was looking on some forums and I found some stuff to check. I guess there's a check valve on here by the filters. I'm going to try and take out. I don't have my truck with all my tools, so I'm armed with a crescent wrench. So hopefully I can do everything I need to do with just that. So let's get going here. So reading on the forums, they suggested to check this check valve right here for debris. So I'm going to take that apart and see if there's anything stuck in there. It's kind of behind the oil filter, which is also leaking, so that's nice. Might be kind of hard to get to, but let's give it a shot here. So that was a major pain in the butt. The check valve came out with the line, so I was able to find a pair of mini vice grips. I'm going to try and get it separated from the fuel line like that. Let's see here. Go that way. Oh boy. Holy cow! That is stuck. I'm guessing it's never ever been off. I might have to go get an actual wrench or use a vise or something. Well, I don't know. Maybe we're not going to do some excavator work today. Well, I got it. It was like a fight of my life, but I got it. Probably shouldn't be working on this dirty track. Let's put this old bath towel down. Well, that is not a check valve. Oh, brother. O-ring does seem like it's seen better days. I'm wondering if that could be part of the issue. I don't have my pocket knife on me. Why didn't I bring my pocket knife today? Let's use this. Ooh, that is crusty. Okay, let me look at my pictures and see if there's something else that I'm missing. Well, that's not what I expected to see. That's supposed to be a check valve, but there's no check valve in there. So, unless I didn't take it apart far enough, but that oil filter's in the way and I can't get in there to really see what I'm looking at. I took a couple other things apart. Nothing really jumped out at me as being plugged up with debris or anything, so I got it primed up. Let's see if it fires. Might just have to run it an hour at a time and deal with it later, I guess. Alright. I'm just gonna run it and see how long I can get out of it the way it is. I've been getting about 45 minutes to an hour before it starts dying out. I can't figure out what the problem is, so I'm gonna set you guys up over there where you can see me, and we're just gonna push these trees back. Got a couple smaller ones here, and there's a bigger one down there in the corner, so let's see what we can do here. Well, I got that job done. Trees weren't very big. Probably could have just pushed them back with the tractor, but he asked me to do it with the excavator, so that's what I did. Ran long enough to get that job done anyway. Still fighting issues with that thing. Fighting issues with the planter, clearly. I guess our first day of planting didn't go very well. We did get some corn planted though, 200 feet. There's a rock. Get out of here. So, anyways, hopefully tomorrow, day 2 of planting, goes a little bit better than today. We blew up the pump, fighting issues, just typical first day problems. We got an all brand new system, still trying to figure out how to make it work. Got some parts coming for that pump tonight. If we can get that thing back together, we'll try planting again tomorrow, as long as it doesn't rain. There's a chance of rain. So anyways, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.